Good morning, South Carolina. I'm Tammy Newman, the Director of Communications and Public Relations for the South Carolina High School League. I am thrilled to be back, and we are better than ever. We are full swing into our fall sports, and championship season is here. And we have some very special guests waiting to meet you, talk with you. And before we get started with our volleyball finalists for 2021, we have some words from Commissioner Jerome Singleton.
Thank you, Ms. Newman. Congratulations. You're well deserving of this position that you're in. You need to take this opportunity to enjoy this experience. This is going to be fun for you. Recognize that you are our ambassadors. We know that you will represent us well. Thank you for doing what you do so well. Again, congratulations. Have a great press conference and a great contest. Thank you.
Thank you. And as we mentioned that we have some very special guests, we have our Class A and Class 5A representatives from our finalist teams in volleyball. And we will get started by introductions. Representing our Class A competition will be Bamberg Earhart versus Southside Christian. And Bamberg Earhart's representatives this morning is Coach Deanna Merchant. And she's brought with her Jade Freeman and Elaine Sanders. Welcome, ladies. And I'll add that both of these ladies are seniors. And from Southside Christian, their opponent, we have Coach Priscilla LeBrand. And her two representatives are Autumn Harms, a senior, and Katie Brookins, a sophomore. I'll make note that Katie is our youngest participant this morning. And our 5A representatives, we have Dorman High versus River Bluff High. Representing Dorman, we have Coach Paula Kirkland. And her two representatives are Lauren Mims and Savannah Freeman. Both are seniors. And from River Bluff, we have Coach Brian Pirro. And his players this morning are Carson Eubanks, a senior, and Ava Reeves, a junior. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think that everyone can say we have a big sigh of relief that, you know, you've had a hard fought season. We're here, we're heading into state championships. And I just, for some reason, I'm so excited. I don't know if it's the fact that we've just been away from our Zoom press conferences or what, but I'm very excited. I'm very excited for all of you ladies that are here. And we're going to get started. Each of you, will have an opportunity to speak, answer some questions, and, definitely we're going to get some feedback from our coaches. And we're going to start with, I'm going to start with Bamberg. Bamberg, Coach Merchant. Let's see, can you tell our viewers, what do you think was your biggest obstacle this season getting to the state finals?
Well, can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. For us, one of our big goals going into the season was winning region. Last year, we made it to the state championship without having won region. We were second place in region. So that was one of our big goals this season. And we split with the other team in our region with Branchville High School. And so we did not win region. So that was one of the biggest obstacles this year, but we still, have made it this far, even having taken second place.
All right. And same question for Coach LeBrand. What do you think was your biggest obstacle to make it to state?
Some of the obstacles we've had to overcome this year was halfway through the season, our big middle hitter went down on a ball, and she is out for the season. And so we've had to quickly regroup, and the girls they pull together, and we played one of our toughest games the day after it happened, and we've come out strong with it. And so and that says a lot about the team and where their mindset is at. So that's just been one of our big obstacles that we've had to push through and overcome this season.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And for Coach Piro from River Bluff, what does it mean for you to play, this being the first volleyball state championship in the school's history?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I mean, we've had a few sports, our tennis and basketball most recently as state champions. So we've had a lot of experience from other programs. The first with volleyball, we've been talking all season that it's this season to make memories, and with our senior class and just leaving a lasting impression on our school and on this team. Just to be the first team ever in River Bluff for volleyball to get here is quite remarkable.
All right. And let's see, Coach Kirkland,
Yes,
what
ma'am.
does it mean for you to be back at state, to make it back to state with this group?
Well, it's been 5 years, and I personally have been here before, but Lauren was there in 2017.
Mhm.
Savannah's not had that chance yet as a senior, as well as the other 7 seniors we got on our roster. So it means a lot to get back, especially after a 5-year drought.
Right. And I'm going to keep it here at Dorman. With Lauren, I'll ask you this question. As Coach mentioned, it's been a few years since Dorman has made it all the way to state, but I'm assuming last year was probably a heartbreak to not make it to state. With you being a senior, what does it mean for you to not only get Dorman to state, but to possibly win the state championship? What would that mean for you?
It's just a great opportunity to be able to not only have the chance to play in the state championship, but as some people know, I had COVID last year and I was out for upper state. So it was very heartbreaking, and I'm just excited to be able to play in a state championship with my teammates this season.
All right, thank you. And for Bamberg, let's see, I see that both of the young ladies here this morning are seniors. So I'm going to assume you played last year as well. So I'm going to give this question to Elaine Sanders. What did you learn last year playing for the title that you can use to your advantage this year?
Well, we learned a lot for sure, but definitely just being in that environment in a huge gym that we've never played in like a big stage like that with all our fans there and everything. It was just a great experience, and now we can learn from that and just hopefully capitalize on it.
Okay, and Jade, what do you think? How do you think last year helped you to possibly, play even harder, better this year?
I learned from last year to learn to control my emotions, because last year we were very nervous, like going into state and stuff. And I feel like that was like a big issue during the game. But this year I'm going to try to control my emotions better and just play like I know how to play.
Okay, great. And let's see, Autumn from Southside Christian. Can you tell us, who do you think is has been the, I will say, the best team that you've played / most difficult win?
I think that High Point has been our biggest rival throughout the season. They just have some good hitters, and we've been working on keeping our emotions under control and really playing together as a team and not individually, specifically against High Point.
High Point. Okay. All right. Thank you. And Ava from River Bluff, can you tell us what you think was your team, your most memorable moment this season?
This past Monday, we played for the lower state title. We played Wando, and we had to travel 2.5 hours to get to Wando. And it was a struggle at first. We didn't come out strong. Wando came out very strong, but we fought back. We fought hard. Coach said, our team has a ton of grit. I mean, statistically speaking, Wando, it looks like Wando should have won, but Coach said grit doesn't show through stats. So I think Wando, we struggle sometimes mentally with Wando, but this past Monday we showed out and we got here. So we're just very proud of our team. It's a very memorable moment. afterwards, the student section crowded us. There was a dog pile. So it was just a great moment as a team.
Okay. And Katie from Southside, can you tell us what was your most memorable moment this year?
Something that we did this season that we started last year was we do a team league trip, and it just starts the season off strong with great team chemistry, and we all got to know each other very well. And it's definitely a trip I'm never going to forget with these girls.
All right. And Lauren from Dorman, can you share with us some of the, I guess, some of the words of wisdom or best advice that Coach Kirkland has shared with you this year?
Definitely foot on the gas. I'm gonna go with that one because we can be down in any game or I guess maybe unfocused, and those words we just put on the gas and we get back on the court and we put in the work and we get it done.
Savannah, do you have any memories of Coach Kirkland that stand out to you?
It's probably like the same one, you know, like we would be down. I remember Tournament of Champions, we were down really bad to Pickens in the first set. And then, because, you know, it was only 2 sets in a tournament. And she told us, you know, all gas, no breaks, get out there and play Dorman volleyball. And we did that and we came back and won from a large deficit. So it was just really great team moment.
All right. And let's see, and for Coach Kirkland, while we're picking on Dorman right now, what do you think you did differently this year after you said it's been 5 years since you made it to state? Do you think that there was a difference in your coaching methods or different opponents? You know, do you think it dealt with the opponents or the team that you put together this year?
Well, I think it's the team we put together. You know, as I mentioned before, these 9 seniors have been laser focused on what they want to accomplish this year, and they've ticked off all the boxes that they needed to along the way. So I think their focus, along with our coaching staff, our focus, you know, we spent a lot of time on different parts of the game, trying to get better in different individual facets of our game. I think that's had huge dividends, but I give most of the credit to the players themselves and what they've done to really come together as a group and as a unit. We've had absolutely 0 girl drama, and that I know about anyway. And usually that kind of stuff is what bothers you from within and can affect your results on the court. We've not had to deal with that. This group is as cohesive a team as any team that I've ever coached, and I've coached a bunch of them, but I give them 100% all the credit.
Wow, I like some of the things that you mentioned there. And you mentioned, there was no girl drama, what have you. And I'm going to swing a question around to the minority of the group, and that would be Coach Pirro. Coach Pirro, as a male coach coaching a female team, can you share just from a male perspective, how important are female athletics to a school's program and, to the community?
Well, I don't think it diminishes the fact that they're still student athletes, between whether they're females or males, and whether it's basketball or volleyball or tennis or golf or football. The great thing that our athletics has and our school has established, our culture here, that we're all equal. Like we're all in this together. And whether it's a male-driven sport and football, a revenue sport, or if it's a small sport like volleyball or golf, like everybody is all in on everyone else and really creates a great atmosphere here in our school and our culture.
What do you think your team has taught you this year?
Other than a whole lot of gray hairs and losing my hair, losing weight for being stressed. No, it's, I've learned a lot from these kids. Like, this is our 3rd year in a row being in lower state. And this is our 1st year actually overcoming that big hurdle. And our senior leadership, Carson, for one, been here on varsity since she was a sophomore, and has really added a lot. So we haven't changed the way we practice or the way we train. We have a little bit more depth this year than we have had in the past. So we've been able to get after a little bit more aggressively and push each other harder in practices. But it comes down to our leadership. It really, really does, and really allows our kids to take autonomy within our program to get it to where it is now. So I'm just a bystander. I'm a figurehead. We have a great coaching staff, and we have phenomenal kids. And they're good volleyball players, but they're just better kids. They're great people to be around.
And that's wonderful. And I like the fact that, you brought in Carson into your answer. Carson, you're a senior, you're a leader of the team. Can you tell us what you think that any leader of a sports team, what they have to do to make the team successful?
I think, being a leader is a big role. I think encouragement is a really big thing. Encouraging your teammates and being there for them on and off the court, because volleyball is, it's more. And I think that's huge. I mean, of course, being vocal and that kind of comes with it, but I think just being there as a person for them on and off the court is a big thing.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to talk with Bamberg a little bit. Bamberg and Southside Christian. Deja vu. We meet again. Last year, it's the same matchup as last year, which speaks volumes of your programs. And can you tell us, Coach Merchant, what do you think that you will do different this year from last year when it comes down to Thursday's game?
Well, I've told the girls all week, I have given them everything I can give them as a coach. It comes down to them just getting out there and playing volleyball like they know how to play. If we continue to play the way we have towards the end of the season, we have a very good chance of performing much better than we did last year. I do think the experience my girls have, having been last year, we have a very experienced team, a very athletic team. They've all played at high levels in both volleyball, softball, basketball. They're very athletic. So, I've given them everything I can give them. And at this point, they just have to get out there and do their jobs.
All right. And Coach LeBrand, what do you think you're going to do Thursday to ensure a win?
To do tomorrow to ensure a win?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I mean, it starts all week. These girls have been, they come to work, they come to practices ready. Tomorrow, we're going to get down as early as we can to make sure that they have plenty of time to gear up, to warm up. And, they've been hydrating all week. So, these girls are ready for this. And to echo what the Bamberg coach says, that there's not much more that you can do at this point to prepare them for tomorrow. They know what's expected. They've been here before. And the nerves that we started off with last year, we're working on not having that tomorrow in tomorrow's performance. So, but, we're all just excited.
Okay. And Autumn, as a senior, what part do you play in the success of tomorrow's championship game?
I'm the setter, and I really value communicating with my hitters like Katie and the rest of my team. And I think something that's been really important to me this season is blurring those grade lines and not necessarily acting like a better player or a better person just because I am a senior. And we've really worked on that by going and getting smoothies before our games and going out to eat all together after a big win. And so I think communication and leadership and really encouraging all of the younger girls who haven't been to state before will be really important tomorrow.
All right. And let's see, from Savannah from Dorman, if you had, give us a message for the Dorman community. What would you like to say to them in reference to the season that you've had that made it to this point? And for tomorrow, what message do you want to give your community?
Yeah, so throughout the season, we've had such a big support group. They all come to our games. It's the same group every week. And even for, Kirk's 1,000th win, we had a huge crowd there who have always been supporting us. So really just thank you to the community for always backing us up and just always being there for us.
All right, thank you. And Carson, what message do you have to the fans of River Bluff and the community?
I mean, it kind of goes back to what Savannah was saying. Like, we've had so many fans come out and they've traveled with us we've been on the road for all of playoffs. So they've really stuck with us, and we have come really far, but they have been a big part of that. So thank you to all of them who come out every time. They're really awesome.
And Elaine, can you give us some words for your community of Bamberg?
Well, especially after Lower State, our fans have never been better for sure. And that accounts for half of our win right there. Just the atmosphere, how loud it was, and this just makes us feel special, honestly. So yeah, I want to go back to thanking them as well. And hopefully we bring that back out to state and be just as loud.
Okay. And Katie, as our youngest here today, do you have a message for the fans and the community?
Just a big thank you to them all, because just throughout this year, I've seen the volleyball support grow every single game. And you can just see the community get more and more into the games, and they get more excited, and just keep hoping to bring that to state and really just have a great, positive, energetic environment tomorrow.
All right, thank you. And for our coaches, Coach Merchant, this is a question that I'm going to pass around to all of the coaches, but give us a read on your opponent. Give us a read on Southside Christian, who you think they are and what it's going to take to beat them.
Well, Southside is definitely a great team. We faced them last year, and there was a lot of nerves from the get-go for us. And like Jade said earlier, there were a lot of emotions. Couldn't really get a handle on our nerves throughout the game. And they played a great game last year. So we don't see each other during the season at all, but I'm anticipating another great game tomorrow. I feel like they've prepared for this every bit as much as we have. So I'm anticipating it being a great game and an experience all the way around. With my senior, I have 5 seniors on the court, so I'm just really excited for all of them to have that experience. And I know Southside also had some seniors, so it really it'll be a great game regardless.
Okay, and Coach LeBrand, can you give us your read on your opponent, Bamberg?
Just from what I've seen from them this year, just watching some of their game film, I know that they have gotten better since last year, and they seem to work better as a team since when we saw them at state. They've got some good outside hitters and a good middle hitter, and so we're just stepping it up and working to prepare some really good defense against them, and we're just looking forward to having some good competition tomorrow.
All right, great. I like that you both mentioned things from last year, and growth and sportsmanship always matters. So it sounds like you're all headed in the right direction, and we're going to have a good match between Class 1A. And same question for Coach Kirkland. Can you tell us a little bit about what your thoughts are on your opponent and what it's going to take to win?
Well, we've had the opportunity to actually play River Bluff twice this year, so it's not like we're strangers to each other. We know what their strong points are. They know what ours is. And I can tell you right now, those 2 young ladies sitting with Coach right now from River Bluff are 2 key and crucial components of their strategy and their success. So they will, of course, get a lot of our attention. But I will say this about River Bluff: they're a well-rounded team in all facets of the game. You won't find a lot of weakness there. They're going to be a very strong opponent, and when we've played them this year, it's been close. I don't expect anything different Thursday. I think it'll be a tight match. I think it'll be a well-played match on both sides of the court. And we're just looking forward to it.
All right. And Coach Piro, can you give us your thoughts on Dorman?
Yeah, as the legend had already said, we have played each other twice already this year. I mean, they're not weak. Like they're strong. That they're very well coached. They understand the game of volleyball, very high volleyball IQ, and they're strong in every aspect. And they're not. They're a team that's going to work hard, and they're going to try to outwork you. They're going to keep the ball playable, and they're going to make the other team make mistakes. And I'm looking forward. I mean, it's going to be a good match. Like we're excited to get the other opportunity to play them for a third time this year. Fortunately, we have been able to see them. So hopefully they're doing the same things that we've seen the previous two times. But no, we're looking forward to a really good match tomorrow night.
And speaking of the matches, I just want to reiterate the information that is available on our website, but the individuals that you've seen here, if you want to see them in action in person, that will be Class A, will be tomorrow at 5:30, with Class 5A being at 8 p.m. And both matchups will be at Dreher High School. If you need any more additional information, just please visit our website at schsl.org. And before we leave, if you've noticed, when you all were talking about the fan base and your communities being so supportive, I feel you, because throughout the year, we have partners and sponsors that do so much for the league as a whole, the entire membership, and every championship that comes around, we have some dedicated sponsors. I just want to give mention to one in particular. You can see it on my backdrop as well, but we'd definitely like to thank Lexington Medical Center. They've supported the high school league immensely this year. And, with the challenges of the C word, it's been going on for the last almost 2 years now, Lexington Medical Center has been committed to a corporate partnership with the goal of ensuring that student athletes such as yourselves still have the opportunity to play. So I just want to make sure that everyone's aware of Lexington Medical Center's support of us and getting us here to the championships. So definitely here in the Midlands, Lexington Medical Center is the only local independent hospital caring for, our friends, our neighbors, our students, our teachers, educators. And that care extends out to our students, definitely. And that includes our student athletes. So just want to let you know that they have been a big part of making this championship happen, not only with the, financial help and those sort of things, but just our medical professionals around the state. I just personally want to make sure that they're aware that we know that they are the real heroes that have all of us here at championships by ensuring and enforcing and pushing the health and safety that we've all had to follow for the last year and a half. So thank you all for doing that as well, because, without the teams and the communities taking part in all of those precautions, we wouldn't be here. But I just want to reiterate, these teams, our Class A and Class 5A, will be competing tomorrow at Dreher High School. And if you want even more volleyball, we have it. We have it coming your way on Saturday. I want to ask our viewers to stick around. We'll have another round of press conference questions with our 2, 3, and 4A schools, and that will be at 11:30 right here on the High School League's Facebook Live. And so much going on. Volleyball Saturday. We also have tennis. So just want to, give a shout out to those ladies that are going to be here tomorrow for their press conference. And, we've got so much going on this fall, but right now it's all about volleyball. And I just want to say congratulations for making it this far. I look forward to being there, seeing you all in person, snapping pictures and possibly getting some in-person interviews and so forth from you. But thank you again. Great answers. You represented your schools and your communities very well this morning. And I think it's going to be some tough matchups. But with that said, I just want to say have a good day and good luck tomorrow. Thank you for watching.